What if the people who are meant to motivate us and fuel our energy, themselves kind of become the people who are pulling us down rather than pushing us ahead? What do we do then? There was a very famous Bengali song from Rabindra Sangeet. Anybody from Bengal? Rabindra Sangeet? Yeah, Rabindra Sangeet. যদি তের ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে, তবে একলা চলো রে, তবে কেউ ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে. You know, when you learn to fly planes, I used to fly a lot. In the year 2019, I took 280 flights that year. Like madness. So much so that the stewardesses started knowing me personally. One day I came up on one of those flights, used to be Jet Airways, then I came up and she said, "Welcome on board, sir, we guarantee takeoff." She was joking with me. I said, "Landing, madam?" She said, "We have a sadhu on board, he can pray for landing." You know, when you fly, if you take up a license of being a pilot, a commercial pilot, or a fighter pilot for that matter, you can only get training on the ground. But when you fly your plane, you're alone in the cockpit. Life's journey is such. Treat every individual who can help you as those people who are training you on the ground to take your flight. And then there will be people who don't help you as well. But you know that you're alone in the cockpit. How does one find that motivation then to say, I want to keep going despite nobody being around me? Trust me. Here's the physical self, which has tremendous limitations. In about 4 hours, for 5 hours from now, you will feel hungry. Sorry, probably hungry already. Limitation of the body. Within about 4-5 hours from now, your body will want to sleep. Limitation of the body. Exhaustion, fatigue. Then there's the mind, which has doubts, limiting beliefs, which gets affected by toxic people around us, which feels a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-esteem or confidence that I can do. Beyond that, mind is your intelligence. If there's nobody around, make sure the content you read and watch and consume is so inspirational that what people do, what your body does, and what your mind does to you, the intelligence fights back and allows you to keep going. Yeah. Keeps fighting. People who consume the right kind of content and are inspired by good role models, even if they are alone. Akhele pad jayega. I'll tell you my story. I come from a spiritual institution, madams. Comes from there, ISKCON, right? And because I'm reaching out to a group of people who's not necessarily inclined to religious beliefs, my presentations are not necessarily in the religious tone. Guess what? When this whole thing started for me, I kind of felt isolated. Because my own people started looking at me like, what the heck? You know? You're meant to be speaking this and look at what you're sharing with the world today. Everybody who was there for me kind of seemed to turn their back. Of course, at that time I had my Guru Radhanath Swami. He had my back. And because he had my back, I could continue. At the same time, I realized even he as a leader of this organization will have limitations. As much as on a personal front he might want me to do things, as a leader of an organization, there will be limitation on how much he can allow me to do what I'm doing. तब क्या करूँगा मैं? तब क्या करूँगा जब कोई नहीं रहेगा? रोकूँ मैं अपना काम? That's when everything that I read and studied in the 30 years of my spiritual journey, which had fueled my intellectual strength, kept fighting the doubts of my mind, kept fighting the cynicism of people around me, kept fighting the toxicity of people around me. Which is exactly why watch what you read, watch whom you hear. Just because people around you don't motivate you, there are enough people around all over in terms of writing and content that can fuel your motivation. You don't need X, A or B physical presence. That will be great. But if they are not, don't stop yourself. And beyond the intelligence, it's the most powerful element, your soul. Here, right here is immense spiritual strength. Immense spiritual strength. The problem is, being affected by our doubts and people's toxicity, we forget to tune into that spiritual strength. The more you, like Madam was saying, finding some time for our spiritual growth, trust me, for the last 30 years, my mantra meditation and my study and my content, these two things, rescue when I felt isolated among the अकेलापन का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि लोग नहीं है बगल में, अकेलापन का मतलब होता है जो बगल वाले लोग हैं वो परवाह नहीं करते. In such a situation, you can definitely fuel your own motivation. And yes, we will have times when we'll feel a bit low. That's okay, we're human beings. There'll be times when you might doubt your journey, when will be times of self-doubt, and we all go through those moments. Doesn't matter. We are human beings, not stones and machines. Having those moments is very natural. But as long as you can bounce back, tune into yourself, tuning into the right kind of content, trust me. And then yes, tune into a higher sense of purpose. That purpose will keep driving you. Viktor Frankl, when he was in that concentration camp, people who survived those concentration camps of Adolf Hitler said that we had a drive to continue fighting and living only because we had something higher than ourselves. गम बहुत है, जिंदगी ने दिए जख्म बहुत है. छोटे से दिल में गम बहुत है, जिंदगी ने दिए जख्म बहुत है. कब की मार डालती है जालिम दुनिया हमें, कम वक्त इन दोस्तों की दुआओं में दम बहुत है. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is critical and important for all of you. If you want to deal with your doubts, if you want to deal with all those limiting beliefs, remember you're strong. The FE. Remember you're smart. And remember you're soft. All these three things put together is a powerful combination. And remember, you don't have to do it all alone. अकेले लड़ने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. Finish your life well. Complete your life well. Not just work, your mental, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual well. Life will be finished like this. Before life gets finished, live a complete life. Not just a mother's life, not just a wife's life, not just a sibling's life. That's a small part of your life, not your life. Look at your life in terms of a much larger picture, in terms of your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual well-being, and complete your life. Somebody asked a married person, what is the difference between the word complete and finished? They said, if you get married to the right person, your life is complete. If you get married to the wrong person, life is finished. But if the right one catches you with the wrong one, your life is completely finished. You've been a great audience, ladies. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure, honor and joy. Thank you for sharing this thoughts with all of you. And let's not say we will empower nobody. You don't need everybody to empower yourselves. You have to empower yourselves. Let's say it one more time aloud. If it is to be. And I request all of you to put it in a frame and keep it wherever you are. To remind yourself daily that you are the one who will empower yourself.